Hello, today I am coming to you blushless. As you may have noticed, I have no colour in my cheeks, and that's because I'm going to try something that I had an idea for the other day when I was doing a makeup clear out, and I found this product. This is the Danessa Myricks waterproof cream palette, and this is in the primary colourway. As you can see, I have used this very little. I bought this a few years ago, and to be honest, it probably is expired. I don't know how well this is going to go. It may not work. It might be a bit too old to do this, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. I don't think I've used it in at least a year, and I mean, you can see literally how much I've used this, like hardly at all. I took it out of my makeup collection with the intention of trying to use it in some way because I just haven't gotten the use out of it since I bought it. To be honest, I don't really know why I bought it. It's one of those products that I think I bought it in my creative makeup phase, and I was buying lots of different colour makeup, bright colours, and a lot of the Danessa Myricks Colour Fix, and I think I saw someone use this and I thought, oh, I'll be able to use that, and I just haven't used it. It's probably more of an artistry product. It's probably more suited to actual makeup artists, but I just kind of thought, how can I make this work for me in a way that I haven't tried it yet? I have used some of these colours on my eyes, but the idea I thought of was to try and make my dream blush shade. I have an idea of what it looks like in my head, and I haven't been able to find anything on the market that is this colour. And it's basically, I suppose, like a mixture between beige and mauve or mauve. I suppose a little bit neutral, but with some purple to it. So more cool than warm. And it's just really hard to find that colour and in a formula that I like. So I kind of thought, okay, maybe I can make this colour and then kind of go from there and see if any brand does this shade and see if I can make the colour that I can't find to buy. So the idea is that I'm going to just kind of do an overhead shot and mix some of these colours and see what I can come up with. It may not be my dream formula because it's obviously like a cream and these are like a waterproof cream, so I might have to mix in a liquid highlighter with it, but I just want to see if I can get the colour that I have in my head. I have a little bit of experience with mixing colours from like art class in school and from kind of painting and stuff over the years, but I don't have like a lot of experience with mixing colours, so it's going to be interesting to see what I can come up with. I'm kind of just going to wing it and see what I can do. This is a bit of a weird video, but it might be interesting, so I'm going to just see if I can make my dream shade of blush. Okay, so to start with, I have my palette, and then I have this little mixing palette that has kind of seen better days. It's a bit kind of scratched, but it's going to do, and I'm turning it upside down because the other side is kind of in bits. I also had a little tool to go with this to kind of scrape things out, but I can't find it, so I'm going to just use the end of this, my Kiko brush, just to kind of like scoop out little bits of the product. So this is what we are working with. Again, it's the Danessa Myricks waterproof cream palette, and this is the primary palette. They also have a metallic one, so I think the metallic one has like greens and stuff and pinks, so it's really cool. I'm gonna give it a go and see if I can at least come up with a color. Whether it'll be wearable, I don't know, but as you can see, there are 6 shades. You have your primary shades and then the kind of, I guess, adjuster shades. My idea was to start off with a purple and then kind of maybe add in some white, a little touch of yellow, and maybe a bit of grey just to kind of cool it down a little bit more. I don't know how this is going to go, so we're just going to do it and see what happens. So I think, unless I do it on the back of my hand, maybe that would be easier. It might like melt a bit better. I might try it on the palette first and see how I go. So I want this to be kind of more cool toned than anything else. So I think I'm going to start off with a bit of blue, and I'm going to use like probably a good bit of everything just to, I mean, I'm probably not going to use this a lot, so I guess just to use it up. So let's go for some blue. Okay, so I just forgot to press record when I added the red in. So we're just gonna ignore that, pretend that I was recording. But yeah, so all I've done is added the red in and mixed it around. And I'm gonna just wipe the back of the brush off and then add some white to make it a little bit more pale. So I'm gonna take some white, maybe like a small amount at first, and just see how pale I can get this. So that definitely needs a good bit more white. See if I can get it to the level that I want and then adjust the colours afterwards. To be honest, I think this would be a really nice blush shade, especially for winter. I love these kinds of shades. This is actually a lot like, a little bit lighter, but it's a lot like one of the Glossier cloud paints that I used to love. Like Storm and Haze, they were two of my favourites. Actually like used up, I think, both of those and bought them again. It's definitely going to need to be lighter than this. At the moment it's kind of looking quite a bit more pink than I would like, so I think I might add a little bit more white first, try and get it a lighter shade, and then I'm going to add some more, I think, blue and yellow possibly. I don't want too much yellow, like really just a very small amount. I'm quite liking where this is going. I think it's too purple right now. I need a little bit more beige, which I think is where the yellow is going to come in, and the grey. Like this much yellow, just to kind of bring that beiginess in. That looks good. A bit of grey. Add this in to bring some coolness to it. It's funny because I have this idea of blush in my head, and I've bought blushes thinking that they were going to look how I imagined, but then when I put them on my face they don't look like that. But that is because a lot of things kind of end up looking warmer on my face than they do in the pan or in the tube. Okay, this is looking good. I think I'm going to add a little bit more white and blue. This is kind of like ASMR. To be honest, if anyone watches this, I will be shocked, because this is probably like the most boring video of all time. But maybe like one person will find it interesting. I'm interested. I'm really curious to see how this turns out, and to actually like apply it to my face and see what it does. Okay, I really like the look of this, but I do think I need a little bit more yellow and a bit more blue. All right, let's do a touch more blue and add that in. Like that. Maybe I don't need more yellow. Maybe I need more grey and more white. I might add some more white, more grey, and then see if I need like more red. I think I'm happy with the amount of blue in that, because I think if I go any more blue it's going to be too cool. Yeah, a bit more white. Again, I don't want it to be too white because then it's going to look a bit more like pastel, like a lavender or a lilac, and I don't really necessarily want that. I want a little bit more beiginess to it. So I think I'll add more grey after this, and then possibly a little bit more yellow or red, because right now it's kind of looking quite lavender. I think I'm going to go for maybe a touch more grey. And I don't really know what I'm going to do with this, because obviously I'll make this colour and then I probably won't be able to make it again, but I can take a picture of it and then kind of like keep it idea of what I want. This is kind of what I wanted, a little bit more of a like a dusty purple, a little bit more yellow and a bit more red. I might test this on the back of my hand. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. I have to just make sure it's really mixed in well so that I don't get like kind of an uneven colour. I think this, but maybe a little bit more white and a little bit more grey. Maybe a bit more blue as well. A bit more grey. I don't really know what I was expecting from this. Like, I don't know how hard I thought it was going to be, but it's just, I guess, just an interesting thing to do. If anything, it's going to make me appreciate like people who come up with shades, because it's like such a I don't know whether I need a bit more white and a bit more red. Okay, that's still a bit too purple for me. I'm gonna try some on the back of my hand and see. So let's see. Yeah, that's too purple. It needs to be paler, because I have an idea of how I want it to blend out on my face, and that's probably a bit too pinky, and I need it to be a little bit more, I think, a bit more white and a bit more grey, I think, actually. More white and more grey. And like a touch more yellow. God, this is harder than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I don't really know what I expected, but it's, yeah, it's tough. Like, it's a hard thing to do. This is looking nice. The real test is going to be obviously applying it on my face. I do quite like that. I like how kind of cool and dusty that is. It just needs a bit more something. I'm looking at it on my hand and thinking maybe some more red, yellow. Okay, this may have gone too red. Oh crap. Okay. Well, look, I'm learning. Okay, I might need to go for a bit more blue and a bit more white. And a bit more. We'll do some more white then after this, because I feel like this is going to be quite cool now. Yeah, that's definitely more purple. This. Yeah, I just need to like make it a bit paler, because I want to just be able to put it straight onto my skin and not have to worry about making it lighter. I mean, it might not be the colour that I wanted, but it's a really nice colour. I'm quite happy with this. I do think I need a little bit more grey and a little bit more yellow and a little bit more white. So I'm going to do a touch more grey, touch more yellow, and because I do still want some of that beiginess to it, not like a full purple. It's looking a bit more dusty, which is what I wanted. I think I might just do white. Okay, that is definitely looking like more what I wanted. Let's compare it to this. Yeah, it's more kind of a grayish shade. Touch more yellow, touch more white, and a little bit of grey. definitely, I think, the closest I've gotten to what I have in my head. Let's see, how does that compare? Yeah, I quite like that. Let's see what that would look like blended out. See, it's still turning quite pink. Oh, it is maybe a lot more gray. Yellow, maybe. Yellow, gray, and white. This is definitely turning more gray. Okay, let's go for compare it to. That's quite nice actually. If I blend it out, what will that look like? I do quite like that actually. Maybe I should just quit while I'm ahead and go with this. You know, I don't know if it's exactly what I had in my head, but I also don't know that I'm going to be able to find that, because I know it's going to look different on my face than it will on in the palette. And I think this is kind of what I had in my mind on my skin. I think it looks quite grey here, but when you actually put it on my skin, it warms it up a little bit. So I think I'm going to stop here and try it on my face now and see how it looks. So that is it up close. Let's see how it looks on my face. Okay, so I have my blush made up. I don't know what this is going to be like, but it's an experiment. So that is it on the palette that I have. It looks very grey. I don't know how flattering this is. It might not look great, but I'm going to give it a try. So I have a Zoeva cream cheek brush. This is I literally am after getting this stuff everywhere, but this is a Zoeva cream cheek brush that I don't think they make anymore. I think they've renamed all the brushes, but I'm going to give it a try and see how it goes. That is it there. This is going to be interesting. Okay, this is the first time I'm applying my my blush. Okay, that is purple. Okay, this might have gone wrong. That is a purple blush. Oh god. Yeah. I am not. It literally looks like grey paint. I don't think that is that's what I was looking for. This may be a mistake. Oh my god. I think there's a reason that this blush doesn't exist in real life, because it is awful. It's so grey. So grey. That's awful. That's so bad. I can't salvage that. Why did it look nice on my hand? I don't really know. I made a huge mistake. It's too grey. I think it needs more yellow and red. Oh my god, it literally looks like a bruise. The formula is nice on my skin. Just the colour is not nice. Okay, I just kind of redid the foundation on my cheeks so I can try it again. Hopefully this will work. Oh my god. So this is what it looks like after I kind of adjusted it. So I'm going to try that and see how that works And I'm going to use a different brush because I don't want to contaminate. Maybe I'll go for this one. It's a Spectrum Katie Jane Hughes 04. I have literally like stuff all over my hands. So let's go for it. I'm taking some from here and I'm just going to pat it on the back of my hand to get rid of, because it's quite potent. This is going to be interesting. Okay. Okay, that's nice. Okay. Okay, I like that. Now, is it what I wanted? Is it what I like had in my head? No, it's not. But it is still quite nice. It's kind of like a purple pink. It's nice, right? I think that looks pretty good. That is quite nice. And to be honest, I mean, I think I'm gonna just leave it there because I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to add more and end up with like a zombie face. So I guess that's it. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like there. Please ignore my fingers. Let's do a little swatch of my blush. That is the blush. I thought I'd quickly do some swatch comparisons. So this one's my blush that I just made. This is Pat McGrath Divine Blush in Flirtatious. This is Lancome Blush Subtil in Aplomb. This is Vive Sunset Blush in Rosa. This is Lisa Eldridge Enlivening Blush in the shade Pink Soap. That's not in stock at the moment. I know she is going to be bringing out her blushes again. I'm not sure she'll have this shade, but that's Lisa Eldridge Pink Soap. This is Danessa Myricks Dewy Cheek and Lip Palette in the shade Tease, which is that one at the end. And then that is the blush that I made, and that is Rare Beauty in the shade Encourage. So just to give a little comparison, I guess I was probably going for like a cream version of this or a more cool version of this, and this obviously looks a lot warmer on my cheeks than it does here. It's quite purple here, but it looks a lot warmer on my cheeks. So that's just to give idea of what I was going for and some comparisons of some of the pinky purpley shades that I wear. It's not exactly what I had in mind, but I like it. It's a lot of blush. I'm fine with that. I like a lot of blush, especially with the red lipstick. I think it kind of just like, yeah, I think I might have like put some on my forehead. Let's just cover that. But I think it's nice. Like, it worked. I made a blush color that I would wear. So that's kind of cool. Would I be able to recreate that again? Absolutely not. There's no way I could recreate that again. And I also kind of have ruined my palette. So I think it turned out really nice, and I like how it looks with the lipstick. It's an interesting exercise to do. It's kind of something that I didn't really expect. I mean, I'm surprised. I had a very different idea in my head. It's quite nice and fresh. Like, it's a nice kind of a pinky, I guess like a slightly cool pink. Like, it looks quite different there. But I mean, I would wear that. Like, I think that's a really nice shade of blush. and it was fun. It was fun to try and make my own blush. Maybe I'll have another go at it, and maybe I will try and actually do some research on how to make mauve and try and do it myself. But I think for like a first time try for someone who's never done this before, it turned out quite nice. If you ignore the previous iteration of what it was before with this, it turned out quite nice. So I mean, I'm happy. I can't really wear that blush because I can't like store that. That's just like on a palette. So, but it's just interesting to try and make a blush that I had this vision in my head, and it totally did not turn out the way I thought it would or that I wanted it to, but it still looks really nice. So I think this palette is something to, I guess, if you are a makeup artist and you want to have the freedom to mix up your own colors and it's something that you're good at, it could be fun. I wouldn't say it's beginner friendly because I am definitely a beginner when it comes to mixing shades together. So yeah, it was definitely fun. My palette is ruined, but it was a fun exercise to try, and I like how it turned out. So yeah, let me know what you think. What is your dream shade of blush? Have you found it? Do you have any blushes that you can recommend that are kind of maybe a little bit more purple mauve than this, but not grey? So I kind of want like a beige mauve. Does it exist? I don't know. Yeah, it was fun to see all the different colours, and it was a fun exercise to try. So yeah, maybe I'll give it another go, but that was it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too weird. And if anyone has actually watched this to the end, well done. So I'll see you again soon with another video. Bye.